From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
5-yard line.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
First down, Indianapolis.
Here's Taylor. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 yards on the play, first down.
And the Colts, first down.
First and 10, Taylor now. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
Up 2nd and 4 at the Jets' 8-yard line.
Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy.
Makes the score Colts 7, Jets nothing. Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 12 yards there and a 1st down. That time a little misdirection really seemed to fool the defense.
And think of it this way. From the time you're in high school, you're taught to watch film and pick up tendencies. Sometimes they can use those against you, though, when they break their own tendencies and hit you back the opposite direction, huh?
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Eluding the pressure right, and it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
2nd and 9 now. The Jets pressure too much as down he goes. 10-yard. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Gun now on 3rd down. He'll drop this down to Taylor, and they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. Then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch, and now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Now they try the right side here. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
He's taken down.
First play of the drive. Let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking. For the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A handoff as they run the counter play. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
The running back.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a third down. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's fourth down. Now the Jets send on Braden Mann to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Escaping the pressure right. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw here. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis, and also move the sticks.
First down, Indianapolis.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
2nd and 6.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end.
The pass.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
And it's 3rd down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And some room to maneuver. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Colts, they add on to their advantage. Didn't have anything down the field, swung it out to the flat. He did the rest.
Such a staple of so many offenses we see now. You know, in our discussions with offense coordinators, how many times do they tell us, hey, this offense is designed for either a touchdown or a check down. We saw the check down on that play, and boy, was it successful.
We saw a touchdown, too. Fielded in the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw now. Here's Love. Flush to his right. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Love. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. The 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to be going.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Josh Lambo is set to kick off.
The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. Taken about 7 yards deep. And not a good return at all. Down inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
He's going to have the first down past the 20. And finally, down at the 36-yard line.
That's good.
Big yardage that time for the Jets. 57 yards.
And that's a big-time run right there. Backed up deep inside their own 10, but he found a weakness in the defense, and off he went. I think they got caught looking past defensively, and he burned them for a huge gain. Nice job taking advantage of what the defense gave him.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A handoff as they run the counter play. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll roll him out right. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
Let's go, team. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At the 39-yard line. A 5-yard gain on the play. And
Taylor.
First down.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line.
Ball carrier.
That burst good for 20 and a first down.
It's a gain of 20. First down, Indianapolis.
On play action, they'll throw. They'll let it go deep for Beckham. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But it'll be second down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Throwing again here on second down, this time complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 27-yard line.
15.
That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. No gain on the screen there. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 13-yard touchdown run. And the Colts add on to their lead. So they're down in the red zone. They opt to utilize his legs instead of the arm. It works out pretty well.
I like what they were thinking there, because in most situations now, defense is accounting for all the other runners on the field and, of course, for pass plays. But the quarterback position, oftentimes it is unaccounted for. Offense coordinator felt it, dialed it right up.
Inside the red zone, is this something teams should maybe, depending on the quarterback, do more often?
Definitely. If you've got a quarterback who can actually move it with his legs, that's an extra option and an extra weapon for you. I think they should utilize it more often. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And again this time to the tailback. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line.
He was taken down at the
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
brings up 2nd and 9.
Love looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
On 3rd down, Love sliding out of the pocket. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And he'll bring this one back to the 20. Nine.
Let's keep it. Seal this game.
Here we go. 60 Eagle.
Watch that end. Tight end's right.
On first down, Taylor down right around the 25. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Brought down at the
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ball game.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Check 3.
On third down, Love. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Back to Taylor on first down. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
The ball carrier.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Here's the option. He's got a first down and then some in midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, I tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL. They're still a little bit in disbelief and realize, oh, my goodness, he's running with the ball. He may be 8, 10, 12 yards downfield at that point.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Indianapolis,